you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Ang gagawin dito na ako yan. Ang gagawin na dito yan.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Speaker?
Para may PJ tayo. Ang game.
Kanin pang sasa.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here
Tingnan mo
either.
yan.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Sige, back. Taas ka na.
Doon ako man eh.
Maano ka din eh. Maliligo ka. Taas ka. Sunod mo.
Ito ako. Pwede ba dito?
Tama din sa box office.
Oo. Dito na ako nagtanong kanina eh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Mali.
What
Paano
could it
bro yun?
mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Walang ibang pupuntahan. Wait lang. Baka may iba pang pupuntahan.
Ano, Jeff?
Ayun. Nasakit ulo ko dito ya.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Kaya tapos din agad eh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Hindi. Ipit na. Bugs.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Hindi naman, naloko ako. Hindi naman namatay. Saan nagdaan? Ay, Netflix ako.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Yun, nasa White House na ako.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Wait lang, mabasahin natin. Ito, office, ano yan? Upline layout. Blueprint.
Huwag mo yung basahin. Huwag mo yung basahin.
Wait lang.
Diyan ka dumaan kanina. Ito yung dalang pinto.
Wait lang. Sorry daw. Ito na ba yan? Oo nga.
Pero yung pumunta saan? Sinadaan na yun.
Mamaya.
Dalawa yun.
Dalawa.
Wala nakatulad.
Walang nagsasabi kung saan ako pupunta. Wait lang. Wait. Button sa...
Pare mo kayo man.
Wait lang. Hindi nga ako. Mag-delay muna tayo. Bale. Yan, DJ.
Nagawa mo.
DJ.
Sino mga doon?
Wait lang. Ito. Credits. Tapos na.
Yan, si Kevin Brighton.
Kevin Brighton.
Siya ang anin natin.
Ikaw yung nagdala sa akin dito, babanatan ko eh. Yan baba. Original music. Wala man tugtog. Wait lang. Kaya di man nagsasara yung daan doon sa kabila eh. Wait, ano yung sabi? Office clock. Yun lang yun. Wait, punta man tayo dito. Ito.
Yung narrator, ikaw pa yung sumusunod.
Nasunod ako. The office.
Pare mo E.
F dapat. F.
Nga E. Nakalak.
Wala ka.
Punta ka lang dyan, mamasyal ka na. Hindi naman magsasarado yan.
Oo, wait lang. Ayun. Maintenance zone. Ayun, diversion ng maintenance zone.
Tag dito yung pinang gumawa. Hanapin mo yung narrator, baka nandyan.
Wait lang.
Hindi pa nakapunta dyan.
Mamaya ako pumunta rin. Oh, may bike. Peram, hirap maglakad. Hindi pa rin nakapunta rito. Uy, Warzone. Ang sabi dito. Hindi naman yun nakasulat eh. Hindi ako rin
Hindi
eh.
pa itong mga... Dahil ko palang ano... Dahil pa hindi na pumuntahan.
Ikaw, ano sabi sa'yo? Sent from my iPad. Kaya akong basahin. Punta tayo sa kabila. Dito muna tayo. Puro kaliwa. Wala na yan. Nasa Malacanang tayo.
Tingnan yung mga picture.
Wala naman yun.
Ayun yung ano. O yung ano. Kaya talaga.
Hindi mo alam yan.
Yan sa mind control.
Ito yung kanina.
Bawal, di ka pa rin nakakapako. Daan yan. Diyan yung ano. Yung dinaanan ko para makapunta ako sa Minecraft.
Oops. Stanley. Iya ako dyan.
Oh, look at these two. How
Mongoloid.
they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Yun yung dalawa. Try mo pumasok ka rin, tuloy ka. Tapos balik ka na lang.
Wait. Hindi
Pero
ba?
exit yun eh. Baka mag-restart dyan.
Yan muna. Mamamasyal muna tayo.
Try natin.
Mamaya na.
Eh, hindi mo matandahin dyan.
Sige, mamaya. Mamakabalik tayo dyan. Ano yan? Ito yung kanina. Ayun na. Diba? Sabi niya. May plus pump dito. Ito yung mind control nandito.
Ito yung demand ko, diba? Hindi kami na nakalagay sa ano, taas ng TikTok. Wala.
Wala.
Di ba?
Tara na ba sa akin? Narration outtakes. Kevin writing. The voice narrator recorded.
Search natin yung mga sa Google.
Hmm.
Pop-up natin dun sa ano, pag-i-edit natin.
Nalagyan natin yung mukha dyan. Siya nagpahirap sa akin.
Siya nagpahirap eh.
Ayun, 2 years? Ano yan? 2 years ginawa yung ano?
Years of development. Kailangan taong ginawa.
Malupit kang bata pa. Baka 2 years din tayo dito eh. Paganto-ganto lang.
Nakapisang oras, nakakalati yung oras ko pa lang.
Paganto-ganto lang. Wait, hindi ko pa napapasok eh.
Exit na lang talaga pupuntahan mo.
Masya lang tayo.
Ano yan?
Sending model. Hindi ako dyan basahin. Ano to? Dito ako umiikot kanina.
Umiikot.
Yung paikot-ikot ako yung kotse.
Kaya mo na ko.
Ewan ko rin. Ano yun? Trailers.
Huwag mo basahin, may inip yung mga manonood. Exit na.
Post nyo na lang ha. Ayan. Ayun no, sabi oh. The game is now post.
Tawid. Tumingin.
Yun. May sini tayo dito. Mali. Dahil sa break. Wala si ma'am. Patay yung ano.
Exit na!
Mamaya, hindi ko na alam. Binasa na ako.
Eh, limot na ako na sa...
Hindi, dito ako. Umikot lang naman ako.
Ayun, exit. Turn off.
Off ko ano.
Oh, nako. Hindi off.
Can you see? Can you see
Wala.
how much they need one
Dindilim eh.
another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Well,
As long as you
yeah.
move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path.
Alright,
Stop now. It'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Patay.
The programming. Ano yun? May sinasabi siya dito kanina. Anong isang narrator?
Ako din. Hindi marinig masyado. Jep-jep ako yun eh. Nagagulat ka siya. Yun na yun? Tapos na yata. Ayun na yun?
Exit, tiyatay ka lang eh. May sinasabi siya eh, hindi pa yung tapos. Try mo nga maglakad-dire-diretso lang. Alam mo na. Skip. Skip. Resume. Ano yun?
Wait, para may nagalaw din sa tabi.
Wala eh. Hindi mo.
Sa classroom may batas.
Si Stanley may batas.
Bawal lumabas o bawal lumabas. Pero pag sinabing pag... Ano yan, boy?
Hindi nga, ano mo.
Ano ka?
Begin again.
Pero pag sinabing pag
Ah.
nag-comply ka, may ginawa ka.
Wala pa namang binibenta eh. Tinatanong ko kanina eh.
Sa pag na magbabawal nila.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Huwag ko na kaya sundin lahat, no?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Diretso. Diretso.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Ayan.
Wait lang, magdadaling ko yung wheeler. Kung tumanong kaya ka dito. Ayun o, labas na yun.
Try mo nga.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Ayos na, namamatay para talaga eh.
Sige, isa pa doon ulit ako. Doon, sasakay naman ako.
Huwag mo nang pansinin siya sabi.
Oo. Ano, hoy, boy? No. Pero pag sinabi pa, comply na, bang mabas.
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
naguguluhan
knew it
ka na rin,
perfectly
no?
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Mabubroke ko na yung
The
system.
lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to
Oh,
business,
diba?
Stanley took the
Nagugulo ka.
first open door on his left.
Dala sa pek. Oy,
Wala ka rin sa break.
dala na sa pek. Tagitagilid pa eh.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wait, pwede ba ito nun? Ayaw talaga ito nun. Tama.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? What? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Di sumarana.
Hindi.
Balik tayo.
Hindi. Pasok ka lang.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Galit na ba? Ano eh?
Ayun, Blue. Pasok ka.
Tayo, Blue.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Wait, balik.
Hop. Balik daw tayo.
Balik tayo. Pasok tayo sa red.
Try natin si Red. Ay, ayaw na.
Sarado na. Pareho ang buksan. Doon na.
Let's go.
Pero pag sinabing mag-comply ka sa pinagbabawal.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Oh.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
So, mag-basketball.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Hindi. Punta ka lang sa right. Sa left. Yan.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
Ayos,
Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
One.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Stanley Spark. Sige, dahan ka.
Wait lang. 2 seconds. Bilis naman. 7 hours ah.
Wala pang 1 hour.
Oh, get red daw.
Kaya mo na yan. Punta sa gitna. Huwag dyan.
Okay, one ulit.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Wait, 5 more.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it
Di
up.
pa ako nasagot eh. Jump. Five kings so.
Sige yun.
No. Yun na yung laro mo.
Nire-reboot niya ba? Try mo nga, pindot ka dyan.
5 na nga. Makakaawa eh.
Ayaw na.
No. Yung nag-welding ng bakal mo, hindi binura yung sulat oh. Hindi maalam. Oh, ito pa. Ano size na ito? Puno medya. Ah, boy. Yun yun.
Kaya yun. Kinulong ka lang dyan.
Yun na yun. No, boy.
Corny. Wala na. Sige, bigyan mo lang. Gawin natin yan. Sunod, hindi.
Hindi.
Ay, di. Huwag na. Ito na.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Get it.
When Stanley came to the set of two open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Angat tayo.
Kaya lang natin.
Wait lang. Or, bunod yung...
Jump lang. Oh, hindi
Ito, wait
ginawa
lang.
ko eh.
Motion. Will cause death. Tapos na to. Penalty.
Pagka nandun ka nang sa cargo, bawal ka nang doon tumalon. Yun nga, itabalong ka kanina. Sige, pasok.
Wait lang.
Ngayon, huwag ka na, baka dalis taas.
Sige. Ito yan doon. Yun lang ba bukas doon? Hindi bukas yung sa'yo.
Wala na itatawag pa na.
Hindi. Punta tayo dyan sa bukas.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Paano kaya pag nabuslit ako dito?
Sige, labas.
This is it, Stanley.
Wala ka naman pa eh.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Sino siya sabi niya?
Ewan ko rin dito. Oops, dala sa fake. Ang dilim dyan.
Sarado na. Wala na.
Sarado na. Talaga tayo.
Ay, siya.
Gano'n ako kalapet siya. Di ba?
That's so, Stanley. You need to be the one to...
Low. Ayun na naman ako.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go.
Asawa kita?
I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Creepy.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Wait, labas.
Nadali mo ako doon.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Parang ayaw mo talaga akong palis eh, no?
Sige. Paso. Try mo, may daan. Wala na. Sapahan mo nga to.
Sasapain ko ito.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning.
Press 5.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
F. Press F. Number 1. Kahit na ano.
Ah,
Wala, sige.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
ba't ba kumain?
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
7.
Naman tayong TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, imagine that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
4.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
G.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
C.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
U. Galing ang sasabihin niya.
Wait lang, kung dawit sa tawa.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
C. Go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an
Pabalik yung
observer, that
oras.
as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Sige, sige.
Sige, sabi na lang doon.
Oh, wala ka tayong pake.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Huwag mong ano.
Wala naman nangyari.
Yes, press X. But, try mo iba pinili. Siyempre, lakad-lakad ka lang. Tingnan-tingnan yung ganun dapat. Lakad-lakad. X mo na. Para nalabas.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. and I tried again.
Yes,
Stanley pushed a button, and I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Tapusin ko na ba? Wala na.
Ayos na.
Ayos pa rin. Tapos siguro lalabas dyan. That is how to waste someone's time, no? Doon ulit. Office.
Pero gabi na.
Ay, hindi. Iba yung labas.
Diba?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Tingnan ko may... Ayun. I think it was.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You're right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wait lang.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay, baba ka. Baba. Elevator yan.
Natatakot si Jimano. Natatakot ka dyan.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
May pumpas yun.
from here it's,
Kung kumanta.
Right. Wala na iba.
No,
Sa may pinto. Try mo pusan. Sige rin.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
May mistake.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Nanatawa mo tan eh.
No, let's see, we went down, right, down, left,
Bilisan mo.
Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Hindi ako dyan, oy. Ayos ka, mabangga ako dyan eh. Tabi, mabangga. Ayun nga, ayun lang. Baka may ibang dadaanan dito eh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
From the top. Ang angas ah. Sige, palag.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Alam ko na.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
Hindi nagra-restart.
Oh, did something change?
Diretso pa rin.
Did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Wait. Tingnan mo may pintuan doon. Pupunta ron. Ayan, sige, diyan ka pumasok.
Wait lang. Tingnan din dito.
Punta kayo sa pinakaharang ng upuan. Yan, pasok dyan, tapos kaliwa. Ayun yun, no? Tama. Yeah. Tama, sige, diretso dyan. Yan. Wait, tingnan mo muna yun.
Wait lang. Inner girl. Wait lang, basahin natin. Inner girl. Everyone.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Nainis ka na, no?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Kung nagpalaro sa akin natin, wala na
Okay,
naman pinto.
yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Other direction. Sige, balik sa office.
Aha! I knew we missed something. The
Wala.
story. Here it comes.
Ito na dapat yung office key. Hindi na to yung office, oh.
Sige, tara.
Dito ka. Dapat office ko na yun, eh.
Yun na yung kailangan ko.
No, wait, never mind. A story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh, wala na, oh.
Nag-iba na. Nagsara yung pinto.
Hindi.
Sige pa.
Now this,
Ano lugar yun?
well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the
Yeah, well,
story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Sino yun?
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Kaya mo, nawawalan mo.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
Dami ng restart na isang oras na. Ano nakalagay?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line.
Wait.
How simple is that?
Sige. Tingnan mo nga sa likod. Wala, sige.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Look, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa.
Tinapan na natin.
That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Ang angas. Parang nagtuntutug dito. Talaga pipe.
Wait, cut the music.
Wait lang.
Go back
May
and look
nakita
at
ako
that
story.
fern.
Go back daw.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Ha?
Kaya diretso mo.
Ba? Diretso ka?
Ha? Kaya diretso.
Ah.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
May dumaan?
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
May multo.
May
Nakita
dumaan?
ko naman. O, may re-replay natin yun. Sige.
Sana naman ako.
Oh, may gagawin niya iba.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Restart. No. O, dumiretso naman. Dito ako dumaan.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Saan? Hindi ako dyan eh.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
Wala
Go
naman
on.
eh.
Use your imagination.
Paikot-ikot na.
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Ano yan?
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Danang ko ya.
Makakahilo ka.
Uy! Samunta mo. Pwede ba dyan?
Tumakas na.
Yun.
O, naiba na rin.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley,
Wait,
our
tingnan mo
destiny
kung magbukas. May
awaits.
dalawa nagbukas o masundin. Tingnan mo nga, may iba pang nagbukas na pinto. Yung isa.
Wala.
O sige, diretso na. Ano yan? Countdown. Sige, diretso ka pa.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Parehas.
Ang angas.
The confusion ending. You're telling me
Nag-isip pa siya ng
that's
mahaba.
what this is? It's all
Wala
one
masagad na
giant
daan,
ending?
tapos isang
And we're supposed to restart the game eight times?
8 times na?
That's really how all this goes? It's all...
6 na eh. Ano ka lang 60 oh.
So now, according to the schedule,
iba-iba.
I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing.
Hindi, dito na tayo. Find the line.
Wall.
Lapit niya nga. Basahin natin.
Well, who consulted me?
Find
Why
the
don't
line.
I get to
Find the
decide?
line.
Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really?
There's no longer an
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do
Tapos hindi
it.
ka magre-restart.
And the timer stopped. Does that mean did we
Tumigil
do
yung
it?
oras.
Did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Ano nakalagay dito? You've been
So,
confusion.
okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? We're not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Yes, nag-research din siya. Magalang.
Kung siguro naka-earphone ako nun, good na good ako.